I can see there is so much of clarity in my face, and there's a lot of calmness and while performing at work. Doing by yourself is one thing, but doing with the group is definitely something. The 40-day program, I think if we believe in meditation, we can really heal ourselves.
I've been dealing with a few health issues like vertigo, and I was told that I will never be able to play badminton because it can trigger the vertigo. And also I imagine I'm playing badminton regularly, and I singing and even dancing, and the whole thing was so energizing. And when you said to lie down, I automatically, I don't know what happened. I started rotating my feet around my ankles, and I'm feeling so flexible and so fluid. So that's something amazing health feeling I'm having right now.
I've become more active, and I had little upper body pain, that is shoulder pain. It has reduced a lot, and the work I'm able to put is more.
Happy evening, friends and masters. Welcome you all to another beautiful session. What we consume is what our body will respond to. So today we have Master Chandra talking about a very important topic that is really required for each and everyone to practice and to be with it so that we save the planet. And today being 21st, every 21st, Buddha Seva Quantum Foundation has been organizing the Million Meditators event, a mindfulness moment where we try to bring in more and more meditators and meditate in large groups. So welcome you all to this session, and I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Veena. Happy evening, dear friends. Great morning and afternoon. Hi, Lawrence. Welcome.
Hi, Chandra. Thank you.
Great. We have a few things going today in this evening session. Welcome to the Harmony participants and welcome to the Million Meditator event participants, where we are together meditating in a group for the planet healing. Coincidentally, or of the meaningful coincidence, as we are in the Health Week, and as we are in the pursuit of finding our greatness, the pursuit of knowing ourselves greatly, where through meditation we find ourselves and we determine, we come to a conclusion that we're all connected with each other. The planet, every living being on the planet, the mineral kingdom, the plant kingdom, the animal kingdom, the human kingdom, they're all connected in this single large quantum field. And so then we develop greater friendship and respect and compassion for everything, including our animal friends. So for various for reasons of that nature, and then for various material reasons, vegetarian diet, a plant-based diet, is an essential component of every meditation seeker. We'll have Lawrence Jolly, who is the co-founder of Buddha Seva Quantum Foundation, who is here as a business leader and a practitioner of meditation to share some of our wisdom, host the meditation, our experience, as well as some fundamental facts around why a vegetarian diet is very, very important. Our wisdom note will also cover that. For now, we dedicate the rest of the session until meditation is over for this Million Meditator event. Let me share a couple of slides about this Million Meditator event, or Million Meditator, the rationale behind why we are doing it. And we've been doing this for a few months now, and every month we do this. Meditate for yourself and the planet. Heal yourself and heal the planet. And we have been in this program so far, we are talking about imagination and visualization to create great health and great experience for ourselves. The premise is energy communication. We communicate to our body, to the quantum field, through powerful thought and feeling. And so we use the same premise in communicating with everybody and everything on the planet Earth to send their energy to have a different effect on the planet to everybody. 8 billion people on the Earth. Can a single person make a change or an impact on this planet? Basically, we're saying, individually speaking, that we are individual energy beings 99.9% energy. So we're energy being. Now, when we are coming together, a small group to large groups, when we come together, can you make a difference? And a lot of experimentation was done on this with mega meditation events by several spiritual organizations, one of them being Transcendental Meditation Organization by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, where they ran group meditation events for a period of few days in New Delhi, in Washington, D.C., around reducing the crime as an intent. So groups of people have come together, hundreds to thousands of them over a period of time. They would come in there and meditate for a couple of days, 3 days, and then they go away, and then more people come and go meditate and go away, with an intent that they want to see the crime rate around that area reduces. And to their great surprise, the studies are there which showed that the crime rate actually dropped. It has dropped. The research is there. You can search for group meditation events having an impact. You can go into the book called The Mind to Matter, which lists several such events that have made a significant global impact. When a group of people come together, channel their energy towards a specific cause, because it's all energy communication, it's all in the field. You communicate, it goes and influences the other, and so ultimately people reciprocate back, and in a way that shifts the consciousness of that and then solves the problem. The basis for this in quantum physics is this coherency, and we talked about coherency quite a bit in these last 2 weeks. That when we become coherent and then we send a signal, then this Meissner effect is saying that the ordinary conductors, which are not very coherent, get deviated through the external magnetic field. They cannot go through the external magnetic field interface into them, whereas a superconductor, because they're coherent, and so then they're able to not get disturbed. When they're coherent, they're able to not get disturbed, which means that if a group of people come together, and since our thoughts and intents are energy and they're going in, and then they come together and become very coherent, as opposed to scattered and individually canceling each other with different thought. When you come together and then coherently, that means you come on a same singular focused idea, notion, and then have a meditation where we're all into the high emotion. And then we send a signal, and we send a common signal about what we are intending. And then because of the coherency, then it cannot get disturbed by other things, because it gains sufficient resistance, and so that will go into the quantum field and then eventually must manifest into physicality. So when you're coherent, then it cannot be deflected or easily, like a laser beam, which is coherent. It's not possible to deflect the beam that easily, and so it's got to go. And so the same concept here, friends. So when we are trying to channelize groups of us together to come together and meditate on a singular intent. The intent could be on protecting planet resources, on protecting animals, and resolving conflicts, or just general well-being of people. And so we've been doing this, and I invite Lawrence to talk about today's theme for this group meditation that we're planning to do. The meditation, for those of you who are the harmony participants, is not going to be very different. It still has the components of breath mindfulness meditation, and then the imagination segment where we set intents. Here today, the affirmations and intents are going to be around, instead of individual self about our health stuff that we're doing this week, it's going to be around the planetary cause. Right? So the imagination segment is there, the breath mindfulness meditation is there, pretty much what we're practicing every day. And then when we imagine today, we're going to imagine about a planetary cause that Lawrence is going to take us through the affirmation that we're going to use today in our meditation. Right, friends? And then we express gratitude and we end the meditation as we do every day, and to about 35 minutes or 38 minutes or so that she is going to take us. So enjoy this and then participate, actually believe in the process of our communication, energy communication. That's the basis that we are doing what we are doing in the whole meditation process around that, to change the way we think and feel. And so here we're channelizing our energy towards the planetary cause. So with that, I welcome Lawrence. I request Veena to introduce Lawrence, a co-founder. She and I have been, let me add spotlight. Lawrence and I have been together for a few years now. Met her at IBM on a business deal. We came together. I was in a startup. She was there on the other side. And then became very quickly, we united on a common platform called this meditation and mindfulness. And so then our journey began. So amazing leader and meditation master who is very successful in business, yet very, very successful in making friends as well as rallying all of them towards a common cause of mindfulness. We're happy that together we could form this foundation and then doing this work. Yes, Lawrence and Veena, please introduce.
Lawrence Gilajali is an experienced senior general manager who successfully managed multiple large global organizations in the information technology sector. She lived in France, Singapore, and the United States. Based out of New York until recently, Lawrence was general manager at IBM Services as well as corporate sponsor of mindfulness at IBM. After introducing and teaching meditation to thousands of leaders and professionals, she decided to settle in France and devote her time to co-found the Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation, as well as to engage in other meditation, as well as nature and animals protection initiatives. She is also a wife and a mother of 2 boys and is committed to supporting people with disabilities. I welcome you, Lawrence.
Thank you, Veena. And congratulations to everyone for being there today on this very special event. And I'm glad that I'm here today on the 21st and that it coincides, and I believe in synchronicity with harmony and with you all being there. So we will start quickly with the meditation. And after the meditation, I will introduce myself more in depth and explain my own experience of discovering meditation since 6 years, the benefit of it, and also the benefit in the workplace. Of course, we will talk about the health too, because it's this week, and give few words about how I became myself overnight vegetarian, coming from a non-vegetarian family and country, but how it happened with meditation, and how I use it also around me to teach and encourage people to also, become vegetarian. I will also talk about how it's possible in a business environment to start, organizing, meditation or mindfulness, events, even starting small, and that it can grow very fast and very big. So you have the possibility, every one of you, to make a huge impact around yourself, around you, and around your your workplace. So we will start with meditation, and as Chandra was saying, it's going to be a little different from the usual one. Let me share this. So we will this time dedicate all together special energy toward the animal kingdom. We talk about vegetarianism. We talked a lot in the session this morning. This is very critical for many reasons, for of course, the health of everyone, for the environment, fighting against climate change, but also, of course, for compassion and respect of all living beings. So there are many reasons to become vegetarian, and all the economical reasons, all the lobbying and everything can be, of course, researched easily. And we have some masterclass about it. So I love this quote from Gandhi, and I really strongly believe that now pretty much every country, I'm not saying all of the communities and countries have the choice about what they put, in their plate, what kind of food, and how also they are treating the animals. And there are many organizations, collaboratively working to change these states when, Ahimsa is not really respected. So I'm calling to your awareness. Many, many people live in denial or ignorance of how, the meat is coming, on their table. And they prefer staying this way because the minute you start knowing about the condition of animals and, industrial farming, you start really changing your mind, and meditation can really help increasing this consciousness about the animal kingdom. The second one is the follow-up. You will learn in this 40 days program how to use meditation to reprogram your mind, to go deep into your belief conditioning, social conditioning, childhood conditioning, advertising conditioning, everything, around the why you absolutely need to eat meat, and everything, or fish, or any animals, and everything is a myth. So thanks to meditation, mindfulness, you will learn how to make sometimes a drastic change in your diet. And this will give you courage and fearlessness to go further, to research, and actually to really enjoy a complete different type of energy and compassion and relationship and science of friendship with the rest of the world. The fact that we are one and connected. So these pictures is more to illustrate how we can be totally inconsistent, because many of the people might spend a lot of money on their cat or dogs or horses and so on, but I have no idea about what is happening to other animals that are used, to feed the population. So I encourage you to continue on this program, to think about all these animals, and today to start channeling your own energy, to convince your mind and your body, if you are not yet vegetarian, to change, and to send this positive energy, in the quantum field. And all together, we can really accelerate this movement. At the end of the meditation, I will read some affirmation. So you will just be in a state of meditation. You will just, let the words come into your mind, to your body, into your consciousness. And that's how we're going to channel the energy. So let's start the meditation. Let me start the music. Chandra, you will let me know, Vina, if the sound of my voice and the music is fine. So can you hear the music okay and my voice okay? Is it balanced?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So dear friends, we're going to practice breath mindfulness meditation. Sit comfortably on a chair, on a sofa. Take back support if needed. Relax your body. Close your eyes. Clasp your hands, fingers into fingers, comfortably on your lap. We're going to start by a short body scan and heart awareness. Relax your body. Tell your mind to focus on your feet. Visualize your heels, your toes. Again, go up to your knees. And relax both legs. And breathe peacefully. Then focus your attention to the weight of your body, the billions of cells, all the organs working for you 24/7, allowing you to be here today, and send plenty of gratitude to your body. Then move up your spine slowly to your shoulders and relax. You sit with dignity like a mountain. Then move your mind and your attention to your face and relax. The forehead, the cheeks, the jaw, the tongue and the mouth. And breathe peacefully through your nose. Then now dive into your heart, into your chest. Find your heart. Listen to your heart. Your heart beating, beating for you, beating with you. The core of all emotions and joy, gratitude, compassion and care, enthusiasm, appreciation. And again, send plenty of gratitude to your heart, allowing you to be alive today, full of energy, energy to share with the world, energy to shine for the world. And breathe peacefully. Now, dear friends, please focus your attention to your breath, your tender breath, your best friend, unconditional loving friend. Your breath is always with you. Wherever you are, days and nights, be with your breath. Feel the air coming through your nose, a bit cooler, and going out a bit warmer. You are completely still. The only thing moving inside you is the flow of the air coming in and out of your nose. Just be with your breath. Let your breath guide you to this place of peacefulness and even emptiness. A place where there is nothing, no one, and no time. as we meditate all together today in this powerful group meditation. It's all about being. Being with your inner self and finding this emptiness, this source of infinite energy. So for once, allow yourself to forget everything about your life. Forget everything about yourself. And just be the observer of your in-breath and out-breath. Emptiness is energy. Our energy is limitless. We are today all connected, sending our limitless energy to the quantum field to heal the planet. And as we heal the planet, to heal ourselves, because we are one. I will now start to read the affirmation for today's meditation. Keep your eyes closed. Stay with your breath. First affirmation. I am a channel for inspiration and motivation. I am spreading love and compassion every day. Second affirmation. I believe in a protected earth and in a free humanity. My life is a catalyst for both. Keep breathing peacefully. Third affirmation. I celebrate both the diversity and the connectedness present here on planet Earth. Fourth affirmation. I champion friendship and inclusiveness for every single human being has a fundamental right to equality, to dignity, and to happiness. Next affirmation for Mother Earth. Today, I care for the earth by recognizing its miraculous nature and also mine. Next affirmation. Today, I care for the earth by taking care of my fellow human beings and by protecting all the other living beings that share it with me. All plants, all animals, and water. Stay with your breath. Next affirmation. I practice non-violence and I practice respect for Mother Earth by making good use of her resources. I am using only what I need. I plant seeds I donate my time or resources to nurturing life on the planet. Next affirmation, I stay in touch with nature, always. Every day, I feel my feet touch the earth. I feel the wind fill my lungs. I feel the water bring life to every cell of my being. I feel the warm sunshine on my face. Every day, I care for the earth as she cares for me. Everyone around the planet is coming together regularly and meditating. We are part of the millions of them. The time has come for world peace, and we are helping. We are happy to see people cooperating and celebrating life. We are all connected today. Our energy has no limit, and all together we can and will make a better world. Be with your breath, dear friends. Now, dear friends, keep your eyes closed. Stay with your breath. And I'm going to ask you to pick up one thing in the nature, in the animal kingdom, you want to be grateful for today. Welcome back, everyone. Sorry if there was some Wi-Fi disruption. I hope it was not too strong. I hope you could enjoy the meditation. And I'm sure that today we made plenty of positive energy for the planet. So now, time for experience sharing. Thanks for being there. Thanks for all your message, dear friends. It means a lot to me. So I am a mother of two. I was a business executive, totally workaholic, traveling the world with absolutely no idea about what was meditation 6 years ago. I was born and raised in France, in Catholic family, and nobody was talking about meditation, and in the office, same. For me, it was a waste of time when I came across, the notion of meditation. I had no idea what it was. And luckily, when I had the chance, and I don't think this is a chance because everything is well planned by the universe who is working for us, I had a chance to be in Bangalore, for a deal, working with Chandra. And he introduced me to meditation. It was during a business trip. I was being nice and polite because I didn't know him so well at that time. And he brought me to Pyramid Valley International. Then I had my first time 20-minute meditation in a pyramid. For me, it was a complete science fiction type of experience. I had no idea what I was doing, but immediately it felt really great. And I had the chance also to meet with Patriji. And net back in a hotel at night, I started meditation. I made research for hours on Google about who was meditating. And I discovered so many leaders, so many athletes, so many actors, actually so many people were meditating, and very successful business leaders and CEOs. And I was like, whoa, okay, I missed something big. And it encouraged me also to make more research and continue meditation with the encouragement of Chandra and Vani. I also decided to become vegetarian. This shift happened really overnight, because I remember very well coming back the next day to the office and all my colleagues, telling me that the breakfast was ready. And I told them, no, I cannot eat this or that or that. I am a vegetarian this morning. They all laughed, of course. What are you talking about? And that's when the journey is starting, because then when people are challenging you, you have to go and do your own research outside, but also inside yourself. And meditation was really helpful. And for me, it's a no-brainer about vegetarianism. It was a complete drastic life change, because nobody at home was vegetarian. And actually they were very supportive, my two sons and my husband, but they kept eating, fish and meat. And I had my own menu. And we had very lively discussion, of course, at the family table about why. And, we talked about the economic reason. We talked about the environment reason. We talked about the health reason. And it's clearly, I lost, I remember I came back to India 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later. And I told Chandra, I don't understand. I am losing so much weight, because I was meditating and I had become a vegetarian. I had plenty of energy. We were working, very long hours. I had maybe 3-4 hours sleep at night for a long period of many weeks, but I was feeling full of energy and joyful. And this combination of, meditating being mindful, and changing my diet to a plant-based diet, contributing to a complete transformation. And it means that I was feeling so good, aligned with myself. On the vegetarian part, of course, I had always been loving animals, but I was like most people in denial versus, a dog and a cat versus the other animals. But now I was fully aligned with, the fact that every animal, every living being, had to be respected. And we are just us human being, a species in the middle of other species. So I was feeling so good, including that I was able to heal my back pain, which was quite terrible at that time because, I couldn't stand more than 10 minutes. I didn't walk anymore. I had done a lot of sport when I was young, but I felt so much back pain. Probably the stress was the, main reason why. And it resolved. I used the manifestation that you will learn in this program technique to, in meditation, visualize myself jumping on a trampoline, laughing and jumping. And actually, after about a month, I was starting to feel really better. And after 3 months, I was, walking 10 miles and standing. And now I'm horse riding. And I like walking and hiking a lot. So, it was really the benefit of meditation and awareness about my own body. And also of course, I started to slow down and stop taking any medication. Of course, if there was an emergency and, life, threatening, I would listen to the doctors and so on, of course. But all the medication that everybody in the Western world is taking on an ongoing basis, paracetamol, or every 5 minutes, everybody's taking a pill, I totally stopped all of this. And when I was feeling, tired and so on, just going back to meditation and directing my energy to maybe the part of the body that needed some help. So I have been living through that. And I can tell you, it was the complete other direction of the education and childhood, I had been given. It was, of course, extremely powerful, in business life. After 3 months, I was talking to some, leaders in India and to Chandra and to Shreyans, who became a friend. What can I do? I want to share this. I cannot keep that for myself. I wish I had known all of this, 30 years ago. It would have, given me a much better ability to perform without the stress associated with it. But here I was. So I wanted to share that. And talking with Chandra, we started with a pilot in IBM. We first started with our own team. We created a program online because we had people all over the world. And we were teaching meditation and mindfulness. Then from there, we created a pilot for executive, in IBM, and it worked very well. And then step by step, this extended by meeting new people, creating new relationship and network. Actually, the minute I had the courage to tell everybody at the office that, yes, I was meditating and practicing mindfulness, overcoming this fear of looking bizarre, weird, or maybe disconnected with the work, I started to see people, looking at me and say, wow, a senior general manager is starting to talk openly about meditation. I am also doing some meditation, but I never dare to talk about it. So I met people like that, who told me, yes, I'm doing it also. And then we could start joining forces. There was a mindfulness community that we expanded from 2,000 people to 14,000 people within 2 years. A lot of energy and positiveness around the world in the organization. a lot of new initiative. And then step by step, it became part of leadership development programs. So it was included in the corporate leadership development programs and spread across the world, many organizations, and in many manifestations. For instance, there would be a sales annual event. And in a sales annual event in one location, there would be thousands of people, and there would be a special part of the curriculum to teach mindfulness and to practice meditation. So it was like a rolling ball. And it has continued because now there is a full-time senior professional who is the mindfulness leader and spend 100% of his time preparing program, partnering with university, creating also program that IBM wants to donate, to the, for instance, the academic world. So from one step to thousands of people practicing, and to expand this outside even of the company and even by clients, this is something that can happen, by deciding to do it, by trusting your own limitless energy. And when everybody becomes a meditator, a lot of things will accelerate as far as change is needed on the planet, and I would say in the way people can live their life. So the team was very happy. Of course, in the context of the workplace, it was giving credibility because actually our own global business unit was having very good results. The team was very as one family. And in large company, we do, survey about the satisfaction of the employee, and it was very high rate of satisfied. Actually, it was in the top results, of the corporation. So this was part of the way credibility was given to mindfulness and meditation, and a new style of, awareness, consciousness, ownership, creativity, and also enthusiasm for new adventure, strategic thinking and clarity of decision and mind that was actually building the strengths of this team and giving the willingness to others to do the same. So after a while, I was, of course, doing all of this in addition to my, regular job. And but it became the time where I thought it's really time for a change. I had done 36 years in this company. I had a lot of tremendous assignment in Singapore, in the US, of course, in France. And I decided that I would join forces with Chandra and Vani to continue to spread as much as we could the practice of meditation and mindfulness, and have a real impact on people in companies, on their family and friends, and also in the academic world for, managing the stress that is very, very high at this part of the life of people. So that's my experience. Health better, relationship tremendously better. Even my husband, after 1 year, I remember told friends that it was the best year of his life. So it was very encouraging. By becoming a vegetarian, I demonstrated to myself, but to others, that yes, you can make changes, complete different changes, and change all your belief about something and start a complete different path. So I hope it helps. My objective is to encourage you, for the beginners, to continue to work this journey, to practice and practice and practice. And for the people who are already meditators, to continue to encourage people to also learn meditation. It can be your friends, your family, but also to take a step in the workplace and maybe start doing a small, mindfulness program at the office, planting the seeds since 7 years, nearly 7 years, every day I talk about mindfulness and meditation at least to one person. And when the day goes to the end and I have not found a person, because I don't meet always, brand new different people, I have to find one. So it can be the baker, it can be the neighbor, it can be whoever is there, friends, it can be stranger. But I want to plant the seed as much as I can, and I hope you will do the same. Thank you very much for listening, and I'm ready to give back to Veena or Chandra for the closing of the session.
Fantastic. Thank you, Lawrence. Becoming a vegetarian overnight. We all have those moments of when we feel we connect. When we are intending, then automatically we're connecting. Having that backaches just permanently gone. Otherwise, I know that how tough it was for you in the initial days. I remember those days. And that's always the case with me. Ever since I became a vegetarian meditator, and then ever since you became a vegetarian meditator, having the strength, because you know that your body is healing, to not look for any medication, not have that worry anymore at all, no matter where you travel around the world. I think it's absolutely relieving. By the way, the meditation was very good. I've enjoyed it after a while now. So you are guiding, and then I'm sitting down meditating. So really beautiful. So friends, when it's common nature, human nature, to share what we enjoy the most, and we share naturally that thing which is the highest form of experience and enjoyment. That's human nature. What am I saying? Suppose you're jogging, then you talk about it. But then let's say you experience some music and then you really like it, then you start talking about that music more than the jogging, because the mind has got an unlimited form of enjoyment. It's a lot more deeper. And suppose you read a book that is telling you how our thoughts are creating reality, and then it is so liberating and empowering, then you start talking about that one. Now you drop this one, you start talking about that book, which is empowering you a lot more. Suppose we meditate, and then that is giving us a connection, sense of joy, sense of peace, calm, wholeness that we not experience with any of them. We talk about that. It is very natural for us to what we experience as the highest, we start talking, and that's what Lawrence is trying to do from the day one. It's very clear. To talk about meditation, to introduce it every day to every person, at least one person. So thank you, Lawrence, for your wonderful commitment and continuing it. So friends, if any questions to Lawrence, so we'll take after the break. And Veena, do you have any announcements for today?
Yes, sir. Friends, Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation is on all social media platforms, right from Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. So please do log in, subscribe, and like and share it to your friends and relatives, and to spread the word of meditation. We are there on all social media channels to motivate and inspire many people around the world to step into meditation. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Veena. We have, I guess, a minute before we formally close and then take questions. And my request here, Madam Dipal Singh to say how your sessions have been going on, and about this program.
Thank you, sir. And I'm really grateful to the entire team and especially you for the guided meditation. And this has helped me to be consistent in meditation, first of all, which we lack, of course, to adopt a good habit and to continue it is a really struggling journey. So I'm really grateful for the everyday session. And yes, I have felt a lot of confidence and hope to fight any struggle which I'm facing. And I'm really grateful for the constant support, for the book list which you have shared, and for the insights, for the deep insights which you people give every day before the meditation and after the session. So I'm really grateful for that. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Where are you from? Nepal?
Sir, I'm from Central India, Madhya Pradesh, a town called Jabalpur.
Okay, so good.
Yes, sir. Thank
Whole
you.
Jabalpur.
Jabalpur is famous for a waterfall known as Bheda Ghat and for the river Narmada, which passes through here. And it's a very beautiful place related to nature.
Yes.
And yeah, it's of cultural importance. Also, we have a number of festivals and things.
Patriji, do you practice prayer meditation there with the group?
No, sir.
No.
I actually came across one or two of the videos, I guess, on Facebook during the COVID season. But I guess that was not the right time for me to join for whatever reason. I came across Buddha Seva Quantum Foundation, this program on Facebook again. So without giving a second thought, I registered it. And for a single day, I have not missed any session. Like for one day, even I had a doctor appointment. So I could not join for the entire day time, but I logged in, I joined. And then if I could not attend some part of it, I visited for the recorded session of it. So like I do not miss it. And because this is so much a complete package of meditation along with mindfulness and law of attraction and affirmation. So it's a complete package. And I feel I'm really grateful to have encountered this. So I'm very thankful to the masters and to the entire team.
Wonderful. So beautifully you are expressing the clarity of thought. I'm sure.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you, Nepali. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. All right, friends. So thank you very much. We will be there for another 10 minutes if you have any questions to Lord answer, quite experienced in taking the message of meditation to anybody that you want to serve in the corporate particularly or personally, how it's helping in the business, in decisions, at home, coping up with a child who is disabled, but then how did it help? And many of the questions that you want to ask, sure, she can be available for another 10 minutes. So we take a quick 30-minute break. Thank you. Thank you, Lawrence. You're there. Yes, Rina.
We don't see any hands raised. Friends, please, there's an option in Zoom to raise your hands. You can ask your questions to Lawrence.
Let me ask this a couple of questions to participants. How many of you are becoming vegetarians from today. I have become vegetarians in this program. Can you please mention in the chat. Wonderful. I have to give a big thumbs up to Dipali. Already a vegan. Let's go. Already a vegetarian. Wonderful. You know, when someone said thoughts create reality, and so you stop complaining, right? It comes from it. Thoughts create reality, our outer experience. Then where is the question of either father or a mother or a sibling or the boss at office or anybody for that matter creating something onto us? So if we complain, if we judge somebody, it means that we're disowning that experience from our side. Then what is the way? It is one side, it is sounds like very harsh because we find everything is always external. On one side, if you look from that point of view, but on the other side, imagine for a moment, if thoughts create reality, it is empowering us forever if we experience it. It is empowering us, and if the thoughts are infinite, it is empowering us in infinite ways to create things that we look to have. While initially it may look like it's just so harsh and that it just can't be believed because we've been conditioned so much, and so usually we reject it. Any truth that is uncomfortable to us, anything that is against our believed core facts, is uncomfortable, and then a human tendency is to reject it right out of the gate. But then if we can be a little bit open and scientific minded and then say, let me explore this, what is it? Because you have nothing to lose in exploring. And then if you do that, dear friends, thoughts create reality can be so empowering. And that's what is happening to meditators or anybody who is open to that idea, notion. And I can tell you, vegetarianism is exact same thing. It is exact same thing. It is uncomfortable in the beginning for a small temporary pleasure or against the facts that we've been conditioned. But then the moment you explore it and you implement it, try it out. So take that pledge for 30 days. I'm going to try this. You can say that we've got another 30 days left in this program, 28 days, 4 weeks. I say, I'm going to try this. Many people are saying it, why not? Let me put it up here and see what happens. And then see for yourself at the end of 28 days, how do you feel in your body? How do you feel in your sharpness in the mind? How do you feel when you look at animals and how dignified you feel when you see another animal just enjoying? An average human is consuming 8,000 large animals, those who are eating meat in their lifetime, 8,000. Leave alone the countless fish and things like that cannot be counted. 8,000 large animals, are talking about chicken and meat, sheep and kind of stuff. 8,000. So permanently, we're giving life to 8,000 to experience their life greatly. It can become very empowering. It can become very, very satisfying when we actually practice it for a few days and then see for ourselves. Leaving alone the innumerable benefits of our body and mind of vegetarianism. Right, friends? So enough said. Is somebody here, Damodarji? Yes, please go and ask your question.
Good evening, Ma'am Lawrence. Thank you and gratitude sharing your, motivational experience. And it is wonderful to know that from the background of non-veg and immediately you stopped it. It is really, because I am trying to convince my friend that to the turn to the vegetarian, they talk so many things, etc. But I will show your video. It is really matter. One thing I would like to know from your experience that from the last 6 years, and you have shown your experience in all round development, decision making, etc., etc. I like to, because I have been in this meditation, other meditations are there. In this meditation, Buddha and Pyramid, and they are undergoing for the last 2 months. And I have seen, changes in, and I would like to know from him, initial days, how much time you devoted to in meditation, half hour, because they say 1 minute for the each completed year. But how many hours you spend? That is my first question. It will again motivate us to the beginners so that we can make progress and achieve. That is my first question, ma'am.
Okay, it's a very good question, because the key is to practice every day. The first key is to practice every day and not let a day go without practicing. And a tip I'm giving when I teach is, it's better than before going to sleep doing 10 minutes than to skip a day. Okay, but 10 minutes is not enough. So the brain, the neuroscience has shown that the brain is reacting at least need 20 minutes. That's where you start having some real impact and effect in the brain itself. So I was always following the 1 minute per year of age, but not always doing in one meditation. So the morning I was doing more 20 minutes, and what I liked is doing a long meditation before going to sleep, because I don't have anything to accomplish anymore. It's preparing me for usually a very good sleep. In addition, the quality of the sleep, there is a lot more dreaming, very intense and good dreaming and so on. So it's in the morning and a longer meditation at night. What I liked also is during the weekend, because we have a little more time, is when I was doing longer meditation. So I would select a time where it's quiet at home and the kids are doing something else and so on. And there I could experience at least a 1 hour meditation. So in the dark, I had a small pyramid in my room, so I was meditating under it, and it's really the beginner experience. I'm answering your question. It was really the first few weeks, and I experienced that when I was able to do a long meditation, things were happening in a different way. I was receiving a ton of energy. It was even, at the beginning, very strange. I was receiving a flow of energy as a beginner. So maybe it's the chakras, the channel was, starting to work in a different way. So net, a little in the morning, that was my, at least 10 to 20 minutes, guided meditation to wake up in a good mood. And at night, a longer meditation, not guided. I could guide myself in a sense. And during the weekend, longer meditation. What I was doing also, and I know Chandra was doing it also, because he taught me to do it. But when I was going to a client, for instance, when I was traveling in India, and to go from the office to a client, it was taking forever. As you know, the traffic in Bangalore, or by the way, in Mumbai or wherever, I would have my headset. And before going to the client meeting, I would put 20 minutes meditation. So I was arriving, recharged, because there was a jet lag and everything. I was recharged, I was calm, ready to listen. So this was very important moment during, transport, commuting to do meditation. And I was also meditating in planes. So when I was traveling from the US to India, for instance, so I would meditate always, especially, toward the end, to arrive in a fresh, and open-minded and, awareness, state. So, but you can also take a breath for 1 minute before a big meeting when you are nervous because it's going to be a tense meeting or, a difficult, whatever meeting or discussion. Then I was taking 2-3 minutes to breathe. I was doing that before every single conferences when I was going on stage. I would isolate myself with a headset and do at least 5 minutes of breathing with music before going on stage. And it was extremely powerful because then I could really manage my my emotion. And I had I don't know, I had a kind of clarity. It was flowing much more easily the way I was delivering my speech. I hope it helps.
Yes, ma'am. One more question. Actually, by listening from you, I recall from a book I was reading long back, In Search of Secret India by Paul Brunton. So I would like to know from you, because you made a very good progress with a short span of time in this meditation, trance, etc. Any connection with, because you could able to become vegetarian immediately. So has it been connection with your past life? Have you seen your past life?
To be very honest, I didn't pay attention to any past life at the beginning. And it was not my priority. I have been reading the first 2 years about 180 books. So I had, you know, plenty of information, was exposed to a lot of science, you know, neuroscience, you know, and, you know, physical, emotional intelligence kind of books, and a lot of spiritual books. But as a beginner, I was focusing on the present moment. And it was really about, you know, I was telling this morning that I used my friend from PSSM in Pyramid Valley and asked them, can you send me, so it was the first week, can you send me some link to a site where I can see video about how we treat animals? Because it's going to even more, you know, convince me that there is no way we can hurt an animal. And I remember a morning, it was a Sunday morning at home, I was alone in the kitchen, and I watched about 30 videos that are provided by people who care about animals. And after that, I can tell you, you know, the deal was done, was over. I would never again hurt any animals or eat any animals, any fish, any bird, anything. And honestly, that was a big relief. I was feeling very aligned with myself, and that is the same. And you have the chance for those people who are in India that the vegetarian food is amazing. So many choices. So I see in a chat some people say, I will try. Well, if you are from an Indian background or people who can cook, you know, the Indian food, so many wonderful choices, which is not the case in France, very limited in France. So, you know, I think it's an easy choice. Compassion for animal, alignment with yourself, creating freedom and peace on earth, and avoiding hurting animals and avoiding any industrial farming.
Okay, ma'am, thank you. And it will, you know, motivate so many persons, and whatever you done a practical experience. Another way, we Indians are very privileged because we have variety of vegetarian sweets diet, and every state has its you know, specialty in India. Many of, you know, many type of sweets we are available, and other things are, or definitely you have share. Thank you, ma'am. All the best. Gratitude.
Thank you.
Okay, ma'am.
Richa Mehta, please unmute yourself.
Thank you for the wonderful session, ma'am. It was nice listening to your experiences and getting inspiration from that. My question is related to kids. So, although I mean, whom have to adopt a vegetarian lifestyle, so I have tried to inspire kids also whom I meet to adopt this kind of vegetarian lifestyle. So, but I feel it's a little difficult to explain. But even if I explain, they don't understand the importance of that. So, any tips or suggestions for that?
Are you talking about your kids or kids at school or,
Like my kids and like my cousins' kids, my relatives.
Okay. And because you are yourself vegetarian?
Yeah.
Okay. So you cook vegetarian at home? Or somebody is cooking vegetarian at home? And are they complaining? Are they complaining?
Yeah, they crave for non-veg food, but I tell them not to. Not to go for that. I don't cook at home, but still, like when they are outside, they want to try that.
Okay, so it's my own experience because my two sons became what I call flexitarian. My husband also means they have period where they are completely vegetarian, but period where they indulge themselves with a fish or some chicken. So it's not completely done also at my home. For the kids, I think the critical part is to help the kids to make the real connection between an animal and the meat or the fish in their plate. We believe they do because they watch movies and everything. But as long as they have not touched an animal, seen an animal, have the choice, there was an experience done, I think it was in Harvard, where they put kids in front of an apple and a small chicks, right? And the kids were actually starving. They were hungry, not starving. And so they were, telling the kids, you have a knife, okay? What do you want to eat? It's a bit brutal. Huh? The parents were okay and so on. What do you want to eat? What do you think the kids were choosing 100% of the time? The apple. Because they were seeing this live, small, yellow chick, on the table in a small cage. How would they go? So it's just really helping the kids make the connection between an animal and the food. Okay. Another way also is to teach them meditation, because it's going to help them connect with nature, with the world, with this animal, and start to feel this, openness, oneness, and compassion, for this. And for more teenagers type, but now teenagers start very early. What is also useful is to show role models. Athletes, Olympics, this morning Chandra was showing, Carl Lewis and so on. So all the football player, like the number one football player, American football in the US for many years, Tom Brady, who is now 41 and was still playing a year ago, declared in the media that he was people were asking, how can you do that? You are nearly 40 years old and you still are one of the best players in the US. And he said, well, I'm practicing meditation and I am a vegetarian. Okay. So, basketball players, many athletes who have talked. So you make your own research and you can collect some information to talk to them, because they prove that when you are vegetarian, you can have amazing performance. You feel aligned with the animals. I'm sure they love if you bring a cat at home, or a small dog, or a small rabbit, or whatever. They can pet, they feel, and then you can make the extension to the rest, because they are just bombarded by advertising about meat. You can also teach about the proteins, which is a total myth. You find as many proteins in plant-based diet than in the meat. So there are multiple fronts, but it keys by role modeling yourself, cooking good vegetarian food, but explaining all of this.
Thank you, Lawrence, and thank you, Richaji, for asking this question, important question. I think as a mom, you taking a stance is important in the matters of vegetarianism. It's like giving poison. So your child wants to jump into a fire pit, and you're not going to allow them, or do you? You won't. we must raise to that strength to say that. And I think you are congratulated, you're doing that. You said no meat at home. What is in your control doing it? It's very, very important that unless we take a strong stances on these, we are allowing them to die a silent death, because even just about lifespan, 15 years early, people who are eating meat are having that, they're carrying the body. So you may see that, okay, it's temporarily they're going away, but then perhaps you only to find later that, as a mom or a parent, that you're seeing and potentially seeing your child die before you. And so every parents are, as people who have become vegetarians, it is like giving them poison. Do you want to give poison? You've got to look at this from that angle and then take a strong stance. And no, they have their own freedom, they have flexibility and all that. But we got to make our choice stronger and then make that thing so they'll understand, why is my mom so strong about this? It is okay if they didn't meditate, but it's important that what food they're taking in must be. And then so for that, the research will help, what research we're doing. It is okay when we become enemy in their face. They may not understand it. Like many things they don't understand. And then beyond that, of course, that you got to leave it to them. What they do is beyond the point. But what is in our control, we must continuously talk about this. Learning to doing to being. So learning, as you know, has to happen on a regular basis, so that it's the hope that someday they start doing it, and so be. So as Damodarji said, that's also the answer, that our job is to constantly talk about this, constantly, at different ways. If it is required so, and then I've done this. Many times I told my team, guys, I'm not coming to the lunch or dinner in the offices, because I said, you guys eat meat and I don't like that. And so when I made this choice strongly, and then they started converting to vegetarian, I definitely stopped eating. Okay, I'm happy. And many times when I'm there, they became vegetarians. I'm happy that that day so many animals got saved. But only because I put a strong stance to that. I said, fine, so I'm not coming for it otherwise. So it is important that being nice, but then when you know that it is like a poison and allowing them to eat, then we just the way we take a chance, I say that we take that kind of choice and strong stances on these. Many things are in our control, because the choice we're making, allow it to happen or not. The one who kills, the one who abides, the one who encourages, the one who cooks, the one who serves, everybody in the chain is sowing that, as you sow, so you reap. This is Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna. Is not only the one who's killing, encouraging, serving, cooking, and everything, everybody in the chain, to be experiencing the effect of being the cause. They're a part of the cause, so they'll be experiencing the effect of it. Thank you, friends. Thank you, Lawrence, for joining. I know I come out strong on this subject, and the more I feel, and talk about this, and I really fundamentally think that those of us who have become vegetarians have to have a stronger voice. It's no longer, it is okay, it's somebody's choice. It's no longer that. It's no longer somebody's choice. Yes. So we'll meet us back again, all of us, tomorrow, 5:30 is the last day of this week. And we'll do long meditation tomorrow, Sundays, just to explore ourselves a lot more deeply, to help us think about these facts that we talked today a lot more through these meditations. It's definitely helping and softening us to be more friendly to everybody.
Yeah, and wanted to add that we propose masterclass in Buddha CEO on Saturdays, and we address this topic about nature and vegetarianism, animal kingdoms, as well as many others I have not talked about today. But yes, I have a son that is disabled, so we had some masterclass about disability and diversity and inclusiveness. So there are many topics that Buddha CEO is proposing, and where we can engage further discussion about how to make that happen. Thank you, Chandra, and congratulations to everyone, and I wish you a wonderful journey.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, friends. Meet you all again tomorrow at 5:30 p.m.